What is going on, everybody? I am Jason. This is the Freeburg Garage, and today we are doing a deeper review of the FAB 28 2-in-1 exhaust that is on the FXR, and that starts right now. Welcome back to the channel once again, and let's jump into it. So these are the pipes I used to have on the bike. These are just straight 2 headers. These are by Hooker headers. Step tune, I guess is what they call them. I don't even know if they sell these anymore. But very large difference from what's on here now to the 2-in-1. As far as performance gains, they're not really there. Loud, it's got it. Out of 9 out of 10, I would say, out of loudness of these pipes. You're not going to get much out of them other than that. Looks, if you're going for them, they're there, but as you can see, quite a bit when these are actually matched up to the headers. I mean, it is longer, way longer than the actual, almost the bike itself. So that's where it stands. And as far as performance gains, like I said, they weren't really there, so I wanted to switch it out. So, all right, I just want to go over some basics for the 2-in-1. If you're choosing that way, and what I found you're going to find out of going into a 2-in-1, one is going to be the sound is going to be a little bit higher pitch than a 2-dual. 2, you're going to find these are a lot lighter than your actual current exhaust or your true duals exhaust. Unless you have, like I said, straight headers coming down and that's it, then obviously that's going to be the lightest. But as far as full exhaust systems go, this is generally the lightest one you're going to find. The other aspect of it would be the third point is the low end is where you're going to see the performance gains. On mine, I specifically found it in that $2,000 to about 3,500 RPMs, where this thing really really came alive. I mean, jumping on second to third, I mean, it feels like it just woke the bike up after putting this pipe on, this 2-in-1 by FAB. So I really enjoyed it. That's what I was looking for when I was finding this 2-in-1. I wanted something that really performed at that. And as far as my top end went, you are going to suffer a little bit depending on the brand you go with. But as far as compared to my old long tube headers that I had on here, I honestly didn't feel like I lost anything. If not, I felt like I gained anything compared to those. So as far as super top end, you may suffer that a little bit. Last point that these are really good at having is a balanced airflow to your engine, which will allow you to have a better torque, it's going to give you better torque back into your motor, and you're going to have a smoother idle out of that. So it just balances your motor a lot better having it to a 2-in-1. So, but those are pretty much the basics of it. Now, the FAB 28, what they did for me, one is their muffler. They hand make their mufflers, which is really good. They do their own baffle style on the inside of them. Everything is handmade and welded by a team of guys that he has. I think he used to do it all by himself out of his garage. They used to have also springs that were attached here. He's redesigned it so that it even looks even smoother now. So it's all, it looks like it's all just one piece when you ride. It doesn't look like it doesn't have like the 2 spring piece on his older designs, which I like that one too. But when he redid this one, I think it just looks smooth. It's just a streamlined look into it. As far as the sound, well, that's what we're gonna do next. I'm gonna start it up so you guys can actually hear what this bike sounds like if you're ever interested into it. We're going towards a FAB 28, depending on if you have a Dyna, Street Glide. I believe he makes them for all M8s, everything out there. So I'm gonna give her a rip and we'll see how she sounds. on with the 2-in-1 by FAB 28. Alright guys, that about wraps up for me on the FAB 28 2-in-1 exhaust for the FXR. So hopefully this points you in the right direction if you're deciding on a 2-in-1 or on the fence about a FAB 28 exhaust for your bike. I give these pipes a 5 out of 5 stars. These are fantastic. Really enjoy them. I've had over 1,000 miles on my pipe. Haven't had a single problem. Like I said, it brought back my mid to low range on this bike and really made it come back alive from what I used to have. It made this bike a lot more fun on the low end side of when you're riding around. Now I would have gave you guys a load test for this, but unfortunately the streets of Michigan right now are loaded with snow. So I'm waiting for those to clear up so I can give you what it sounds like on the day-to-day riding of cruising around. If this video has helped you out at all and you have just joined us, if you could please hit subscribe, hit the notification because that will let you know what's going on with the garage. And for those that have returned and subscribed, you guys rock. You guys are what make this channel possible. And as always, stay free and I will catch you later.